Hello beautiful people out there, it is Barr Ukonu and I welcome you back to another series of Brain Books. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Please do subscribe to my channel, and for all my returning subscribers, I really appreciate you. Oh, God bless you. And there's any type of concern like me to treat, just like I always say, don't forget to leave it in the comment section down below. And today's Brain Book series will be considering the topic titled Decide Your Future. Now, one thing you need to note that never let your fear decide your future. Instead, let the fear teach you on how to overcome the fear of failure. And most of the time, we allow our fear decide for us. And that's why we make a lot of mistakes. That's why we see that we live a life of fear all through. We need to let our choices reflect our hope, not your fear. And don't make the mistake of feeding what your fear. We realize that everyone is afraid of something. Either you're afraid of height, you're scared of the dark, you're afraid of relationship, you're afraid of one thing or the other. That is quite understandable. But what is not acceptable is for you to allow your fear to decide what your future. And fear is just simply false evidence that appears most of the time to be real, but they are not real. These are only the imagination, the things that we create in our minds. These things are not real. Most times the things that fear tells you not to do, these are the exact thing that you need to do, because most of the time the things that you're afraid of are often afraid of you. That's what we don't understand most of the time. Therefore, you don't need to allow your fear to decide your future. What is that thing that you're afraid of? What is that thing that you're scared of doing? What is that thing you're supposed to have achieved that you have not? Try doing those things that fear asks you not to do. You realize that it's quite easy, something that you can really do, because sometimes fear makes it so big, it magnifies it, and it seems as if it's something so difficult a difficult hurdle for you to pass through. If you have not attained that great height in life, you're scared of taking that step in life. Take that step. It's not actually as difficult as you see it was to be. Now, one thing you need to understand, that you need to let your limitation be your stepping stone. Those things that limit you, let it be your stepping stone. Let it be those things that will decide for you. Let it be that thing that you look at, that this thing that fear is asking me not to do. This is exactly what I need to do. We need to note that we need not feed our fear, because when you feed your fear, it grows. And it makes you, most of the time, you make the greatest mistake in life. You need to teach yourself to overcome. You need to teach yourself to grow out of that fear, out of that box that fear have placed you in. Most times these things are not real. It's only the imaginations that we create in our minds. What are those things that are limiting you? What are those things that that fear is telling you what not to do? Try venturing into those things. Do those things. You realize that it's not as difficult as you have magnified it, or as fear has magnified it in your mind. Therefore, never let fear to decide your future. You need to take charge of your future. Let fear not decide it for you. Let your choices reflect what your hope and not your fear. Don't allow your fear to reflect your hope of what you expect to get, or what you expect to do, or what you expect to achieve in the future. Therefore, fear is just a false evidence which appears to be real, but actually it's not real. So don't let it limit you, because you are much more than that fear. You are much more than where you are right now. Don't stand up from where you are. That fear should not limit you and take the world by surprise, because you have greatness inside of you. It's only for you to harness it. Therefore, there's nothing impossible for you to achieve, because impossible always says I am possible. Activate your brain box today. Thank you.